fun begins.
R4 is really an R2 painted red, isn't it?
Careful what you're saying about R4, because you can get bopped on the head real quick.
Actually, we could have got the angle just right.
Hello there. Kakatan here.
Right. I'm the Bendu. Fixing my camera angles here real quick. Yes, hello, gonks. Hello, gonks and astromechs alike. Yes, how is everyone? Oh, his conchu is falling over. There we go.
Oh no. Yeah, we are all in disarray right now. I came down with like a bad cold like 24 hours ago. So even though I didn't go to Star Wars Celebration, it kind of feels like I did in a way. I feel like I got the con crud through the streams, through the screen.
It's true. There was a lot of reveals, a lot of teasers and trailers that we're going to get into. We're going to talk about. We have everything sort of like written down and listed out. But yeah. The immediate thing that I do want to say though, even though it's a year away, I man, like Japan, Star Wars Celebration 2025, fucking Japan.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's start at the very end. The very last thing to be announced at Star Wars Celebration this year was the destination for the next celebration, which is in 2025, and it's Japan. Are you going to Japan, Bendu?
I don't think so. If London was expensive,
you don't think
Japan would be doubly expensive. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely would have to wait until Celebration comes back to America to do it, or Canada. If it goes to Canada, fuck yeah, let's go. But like, I don't know, if I'm paying for an international trip, like Kathmandu is still on my bucket list. Like the idea of going to New Zealand is still like on my bucket list, and yours too, like us going at the same time. Like there's other international thing. Like, yeah, going to Japan, fucking phenomenal. But I feel like the same issue would arise going to Japan for Celebration as it would be going to London for Celebration.
Same reason you can go to London.
There's so much other collective things that I would want to see and do that I would literally have to cost like a small fortune to do all of the like tours, museums, and things that like.
Sure. No, and that's a valid reason. And I think a lot of people think the exact same thing. They're like, yes, but there's so many other things I also want to do. The way I see it, like, because I agree, I also want to go to I want to visit Scotland soon. I want to go to New Zealand again soon. But because they're skipping 2024, it gives you like an extra 12 months to put money away just in case.
Oh, that's true.
So like
I forgot what year it was for a second.
It's not like immediately upon us, and I feel like that's the easy impression to get because of how fast London happened after Anaheim.
That's true.
They announced it and then boom, it was happening. Like we're not even a year away. It hasn't even gotten to the 1 year anniversary of Star Wars Celebration 22 yet, and we're in 23's already happened. So like we're gonna have a lot more time to plan for this. But man, yeah, it's gonna be expensive. It's gonna be an expensive trip. I am currently like working on a strategy. I'm determined to get there, but it's a long time from now, and a lot can change. So.
I mean, I totally understand. I 100% understand why they would choose Japan also.
Fuck yeah. No, I'm totally happy for Japan. I think that's a great location to choose. I think it's 2008, maybe 2006 was the last time Japan got a Star Wars Celebration, so it's overdue.
But I mean, with also all the different animation studios that have been helping out with Star Wars Visions, and now Star Wars Visions Season 2, which I completely forgot comes out next month. So like that little teaser trailer that they put out in Celebration, like really kind of
talk about that
but like was a great reminder of like, oh shit, this is right around the corner. And it does seem like there might be more episodes this season than there was last season, purely just by looking at the different animation styles that like we happen to see in the trailer.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, like for London, having it in London makes sense because for the original trilogy and even currently, like so much of the cast is British and UK based. So much of the Imperial cast was British and Empire that like it
The
really
original trilogy was filmed in England at Pinewood Studios.
exactly. And then
England has just as much of a claim to Star Wars as America does. I was actually having that conversation with someone just at the barbershop, talking about how it's like very much a 50-50 thing, and both cultures have like an equal claim to it. And that's why it does feel very natural for it to be in London, you know? Like
yeah.
it made total sense to me. And it sounds like people really enjoyed it. Like I don't know, I can't say in person because I wasn't there, but I really enjoyed Anaheim. I thought it was really
Yeah,
killer.
that was great. I
Really
really
killer
enjoyed
experience.
Anaheim as well. I think the London celebration would only seem cooler just because it was in a more, like, I don't know, legendary location, I suppose. Like, you weren't, I don't know. At the same time, London prices, I would think, would be the same as Anaheim, California, Disneyland prices. So, I mean, but like, there's still
Yeah.
more to see. But I mean, like, so much of the more key cast, especially in the new trilogy, was British. So it's like getting to see Rey and Andy Serkis and so many other people on stage getting to do panels and like getting to do not meet and greets necessarily, but like getting to do interviews and things. Like it was
The fact
so
that they were
great.
there, present, participating.
Yeah,
Totally.
exactly.
Did you watch the live streams?
I watched some of them, and then I had to step away from everything on, I want to say Friday. There was some point I texted you. I was like, I need to put my phone down. I need to step away. I need to stop looking at shit. Like, I'll just wait till Monday comes around and the whole compilation of all the information comes out. That way I can ignore all the potential negativity and all the potential lies that would be going through the social
Sure.
media.
Wait for all the misinformation to get weighted.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But something that I do really appreciated, though, at least seeing the pictures and the videos of the con floor and everything about Celebration, is kind of like what we experienced last year in person. Was I really liked how much camaraderie and how much communal passion there was within everybody who collectively attended the physical, like
Yes.
the physical event, versus all the bullshit naysayers who were like, "Oh, raid this, oh, raid that,
It was
oh,
night and day.
feminism
It was a
this."
night and day
And it's
difference.
like, well, whatever, dude. Like, I will 100% say that Dark Forces and like the Bendu, me as a media entity, like, yeah, no, I'm 100% like for more Rey. I'm 100% for like
Absolutely. Yeah, me too.
like, there's no reason not to have
Here at the Dork Forces podcast, we love us a good race story. But yeah, no, that was my main takeaway from Star Wars Celebration last year too, was how refreshing it was to interact with Star Wars fans without any of that weird toxic negativity, sort of chiming in from the sidelines. Because when you're on Twitter or any sort of a public social media space and you try and talk about these things, people that were not mentioned will just sort of like wander in and start throwing in their opinion. Like if you talk about how you like The Last Jedi, someone just has to come in and be like, I hate The Last Jedi and here's why. It's like, well, nobody really asked you, dude. And that doesn't happen in real life. You get to actually have these conversations and like enjoy it with people that become your friends. And that kind of gets lost in translation online. And it was really refreshing to finally like get to experience that. So I really hope that other people had that experience this year at Celebration as well.
Yeah. But how do
thank
you,
Captain. I'll deal with that.
how would you like to go through the presentation and breakdown of all the information that was
So
given?
I grabbed all of the trailers that I could find so we can go over them. And so let's just talk about the announcements. Let's start by talking about the announcements.
So
First of
I'll
all, I
let
saw
so
comments in here.
you take the lead, and then that way we'll be
Okay.
able to collectively comment.
They should do multiple locations at the same time and just stream the panels to the different locations. I completely agree with that.
That sounds really chaotic.
The live streams kicked my ass this year because I forgot to take the shifts off of work at my day job. So I worked until like 2 a.m. and then started the live stream at like 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 3:30 because of the time zone difference. And whoo boy, honestly, that's probably why I'm sick right now, is because I did not give myself enough time to sleep. My immune system was lowered. But yes,
Also,
I
it's
completely
cold
agree
where
with that.
you are.
They should be streaming all the panels. And like, if you can't make it to the celebration, you should have like a paid, like you put them behind a paywall, that's fine. But give people like a subscription where they can access the panels. I think that would be really cool.
That's true. Sickness wise, it's also been super cold where you are versus like it was fucking 92 here.
Yeah, it's been cold. It's been rainy.
Ridiculous.
It's just the way I like it. Doesn't
Fucking
normally
ridiculous.
make me sick.
But yeah, so Vision season 2, we'll talk about. Bad Batch season 3 final season rumor. We'll get into from Dave.
Yeah,
Filoni
we've got
talking
those.
about
We've got
shit.
Ahsoka. We've got
Yeah, we got
skeleton
Ahsoka
crew.
teaser. We got
All kinds of
Acolyte
different
stuff.
stuff. Let's dive into it. So the very first thing that they announced was the first thing that happened was the Lucasfilm publishing panel, right? That was on the Friday, and we got all the big reveals in that one, honestly. Here's the little recap. It looks like it was pretty epic, man. All these announcements.
Yeah, like look at that cast, man. Look at that phenomenal just spread of actors that have really come into the Star Wars universe over time.
And a bunch of new actors that they're just it's so excited to see what they're gonna do. But like the Andor cast, they're out there like they own the place. They know how good their series was. Jude Law, apparently
the
Jedi.
Kenobi series was just fucking amazing.
It really was.
But yeah, there's so many people.
Yeah, and Indiana Jones. We got the new Indiana Jones trailer and it was dope. 3 fucking movies get announced.
Yeah,
and then
so
the cherry on top, out comes Daisy Ridley. Like boom. Boom. And I'm so fucking happy to get more Rey stories. And I just hope that the writing team behind her character now does her justice. And we get an actually like a really well-crafted story that really like fleshes her character out in such a way that not necessarily is desperately needed, because I think her character actually is very solid, but in a way to shut up all the people that complain.
Dude, she could be written like,
why not just
as
directly
like
address all those things?
She could be like the new Satele Shan and like grow the new Jedi Order.
Well, she absolutely is. She's now the sole remaining Jedi and therefore Master and therefore Grandmaster. So she is Grandmaster Rey Skywalker as of the new Jedi Order.
Yeah.
We don't know a whole lot about her new movie, but let's see here. We got 3 new movies announced and I put them in this order. So first of all, this is kind of cool. They have reconfigured just a little bit the official canon eras, right? The time periods.
Mm.
Dawn of the Jedi.
First one?
The Dawn of the Jedi. That's brand new. It's brand spanking new, and it is the film that James Mangold is going to be directing. He's the dude that did Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes.
And it's like a biblical epic about the very first person to use the Force, to use a lightsaber.
Getting amazing reviews, so I really need to hit up the D&D movie at some point.
Yeah, same. I'm really excited to see it. I'm waiting till it hits streaming services so I can react to it, which is a sacrifice. It's like a real test of my patience, but so far so good. But yeah, Dawn of the Jedi is like literally the Dawn of the Jedi, just what it sounds like. Then the Old Republic, SWTOR, KOTOR, all of that. The High Republic. What we know as the Republic era is now the Fall of the Jedi.
Oh, damn. What a name.
And you can see that
their name now.
You can see the Republic symbol right there. So that's totally what we're talking about here. Clone Wars and the prequel trilogy. The Fall of the Jedi. Which makes sense now, because look at the hundreds of years previous to that. That's the actual height of the Jedi. Old Republic, High Republic, etc. Like Fall of the Jedi is when it all dwindles.
Yep.
Then the Reign of the Empire, followed by the Age of Rebellion, the Galactic Civil War. Now, the fact that that's split into 2 is kind of weird to me. The Reign of the Empire is things like Andor and Bad Batch.
Up until Empire Strikes Back, yeah.
Well, up until A New Hope.
Oh, I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, so Rogue One, I think, kicks off the Age of Rebellion. Maybe Star Wars.
The entirety of Rebels.
The Age of Rebellion.
Jedi Survivor. Jedi Fallen Order? Yeah.
The timeline in the second one, the Old Republic. That's where the SWTOR, all that stuff takes place. Earlier than the High Republic, but after the Dawn of the Jedi. Yes. And then the New Republic, which is the Mandoverse. That's where we are right now. All the Disney Plus live action shows so far are taking place within the New Republic.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And then First Order, Rise of the First Order, and then the New Jedi Order. The New Jedi Order is the setting for the new Rey movie, which is 15 years after Episode 9. 15 fucking years. That's a long time. That's almost the same as the gap between 3 and 4. So a lot can be changed in that amount of time. So it's going to be really interesting.
I dig
So
it.
again, James Mangold is directing a Dawn of the Jedi era film, which is just so freaking exciting. Not
I'm
only
curious
is
if these films like the big Mandoverse film eventually that Filoni and Favreau are going to be doing, I wonder if they're all just going
thank
to
you
be
for the
Disney
correction,
Plus
Connie. I
exclusive?
did not know that he didn't actually direct that. I don't know why I heard that,
Wow.
but I haven't seen Logan and Ford. I haven't seen Ford versus Ferrari. I have seen Logan. It's excellent. And 310 to Yuma is actually one of my favorite.
Logan was great.
So
310 to Yuma was fucking gorgeous.
yeah, that's excellent. That's also very encouraging. Sorry, Bendy. You were saying.
No, I don't remember.
That was my bad. Sorry. But it's going to be super interesting.
Oh, I remember. I don't know if it's going to be like if they're going to be Disney Plus exclusive movies, or if they're going to be like actually.
I think they're movies.
Theater.
I think they're movie theater, like straight up movies, like the Skywalker saga kind of thing. Because there's been so much like speculation about, is Lucasfilm like not going to make movies anymore for Star Wars? Sounds like this has been in the works for a while.
But at the same time, it's like for the Mandoverse New Republic movie, like I feel like anyone who goes to see it is going to have some sort of preemptive, Disney Plus knowledge of the other series, or else they're not going to know who any of these characters are.
Right. Well, I'm not sure. I feel like that will be the case definitely for Dave Filoni's movie, I think, which is the next movie that's happening here. The whole point of Dave Filoni's movie is that it's supposed to tie together all of the
Look at that young ass picture. I know. Look at that young ass fucking picture. That's his IMDb picture. Like what
that's
the
like 2013, like 2013.
Yeah, like that's like Rebels season 3 Dave Filoni. Like look how young he is in that picture. That's hilarious.
The point of this movie is that it's supposed to conclude all of those interconnected storylines.
Yeah.
From Mando, Book of Boba Fett, Ahsoka, etc. And
theoretically,
it probably will be wielded as a criticism against the movie at some point down the line that, like, if I haven't watched all these shows, the movie makes no sense, blah, 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 blah. But that's a criticism people are already making about the Mandalorian season 3 with Book of Boba Fett and Grogu and everything. So that's nothing new.
It's true.
I don't know. The writing seems to be on the wall, and a lot of people seem to be very nervous about this being a retread of Heir to the Empire, which would be fucking cool. But that then calls into question, what is Luke, Leia, and Han going to do in this movie? And is Dave Filoni going to do what we're all scared he's going to do and give us deep fake Luke, Leia, and Han together on the screen fighting alongside like Ahsoka and Mando,
That's true.
I personally would like a recast if we're going to have the big three showing up. I understand the want to do a technology kind of thing, because Star Wars has always been about like using the forefront of technology. But at the same time, I don't know. I just feel like we could give other actors a chance to portray them. Like I think Alden Ehrenreich
That's very true.
Killed it as young Han. I thought he was awesome.
That's very true. Or like I don't know. There's still if we're gonna go that way with like hitting the big three, like there's still plenty of other things that we haven't really seen or dealt with on screen yet. Like the whole people if we even deal with it, I suppose, like the whole people finding out that Vader was Leia's dad, or like I don't know. I'm trying to figure out like what they would be even doing. I guess depending on
that's
where
in the canon.
This movie takes place, right? Like depending on like if this movie literally is like just going to be the big Thanos-y Thrawn fight, then Luke, Leia, and Han might not even fucking be there to begin with. But
have you read Heir to the Empire?
No, but if it leads like right into First Order shit, then they might like recast them and deep fake it. But
it would be hard to hard to articulate it without explaining the whole plot of the Heir to the Empire trilogy. But Luke and Leia have to be involved. They would have to be involved, and there is a clone of a Jedi at his side doing terrible things, and very easily could be reconfigured into Snoke doing that. Snoke being the Luke clone, since we know from Darth Vader issue number 12 that Luke's severed hand ended up in the tank at Exegol and is being used in the cloning experiments. Like that's canon. That shit happened in the comics. So like, what if they use the Luke hand to grow a snook. And that's what Thrawn has, and that's what they have to defeat. Yeah, I completely agree. Read the Heir to the Empire.
I was about to highlight that. That comment too. So the other thing about this is I'm really bad when it comes to stories or like to reading book stories. Like I'll either once I put the book down, I'll either forget where I left off, or B, I'll have a hard enough time like picturing everything and depicting everything that I'm reading in my head so that I can actually see it. So it'll take me like hours to like get through one chapter, and then I'll fucking forget most of it like by the time I put the book down and try to reread it. So I do a much better job with history books and like philosophy than I do with like stories. But if they're into an audio, yeah. If I got that shit in the audios, then like
there's a killer audiobook of Heir to the Empire.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone can hook you up with the Audible trial. But no, for sure. That's fair and valid, but they're some of the best books. They really are. And it will be foundational, I think, to understanding what is being referenced in Filoni's movie when it finally happens.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. The case for audiobooks in Star Wars especially is really strong because it's a whole ass production. It's like an audio drama. There's sound effects, there's music. It's really, really well done. Yeah, and the voice acting is on point. And then Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy is doing the Rey movie, New Jedi Order, Rey starting her own Order of Knights. Daisy Ridley's at the helm, but what I am most curious / worried about is what's up with Finn. Is John Boyega coming back? I feel like it would be a bad move to just like write him out of it somehow, or even recast him. Like, I don't know. It's a delicate situation, but I really hope that he does come back. Maybe if they wave enough money at him, he actually will. Who knows?
Or they do some sort of acknowledgement or apology. But yeah, if they pay him enough.
Yes, Jedi Finn, please. It's canon if you consider Star Wars Lego Summer Vacation canon, which I do.
Yeah. Or I mean, like, I don't know. We've seen non-Jedi people or non-Force sensitive people use lightsabers before. So it's like it wouldn't be out of the question for Finn to at least like make a lightsaber or just like fuck around with one. He doesn't even, or like he could still be a Jedi but still be like non-Force sensitive, I suppose.
Iden Versio is not around in this timeline. If by this timeline you mean the New Jedi Order, Iden Versio is done during the Rise of the First Order. Because she's gone by the Last Jedi. By the Last Jedi, she's dead. That's where the last expansion ends. Because they find the command, they find the plans for the First Order dreadnought that's about to attack their base. Because they're evacuating the beginning of the Last Jedi, and then the dreadnought comes in with the massive cannon underneath.
Yeah.
They find the plans for that and then transmit it, but then she dies right after that. So it's right before that movie starts. So, and this is 15 years after Episode 9. So this is a long time in the future. Oh, hell yeah. You talk about the Republic Commando novels by Karen Travis. Those are very, very good. They are kind of an island in Star Wars legends. They don't really get referenced a lot by other novels. And I think that's interesting. I wonder if that has to do with Karen Travis's relationship with the other authors at all. But yeah,
also, shout out for being able to say
dropped on us. Say what?
I said shout out to you for being able to say people's names correctly.
You know, I probably butcher half of them, but
you're
if
like,
with confidence, people don't know. Okay,
yeah.
Ahsoka panel. So there was an Ahsoka panel. Let's fucking talk about this. They showed an exclusive extended version of the public trailer that we didn't get to see. That apparently has Thrawn's face in it and a bunch of other stuff.
I forget. So it's his voice actor that's playing him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We got Lars. We got the Thrawn we wanted.
What was so weird, like the first time I saw the teaser for Ahsoka, I thought it was like fucking George Clooney, who was the Jedi for a second. I was like, who is this guy? Oh man. Oh
Yeah,
man.
there he is right there. There's our Thrawn. I'm excited.
So fucking pumped.
Yeah, Chopper was my favorite part of the trailer, honestly. Bring on the war crimes. Oh man. There is yeah, let's watch the Ahsoka trailer because we've got it right here. And you and I have not watched this together. I don't know your thoughts about this yet. Personally, I am pleased as punch. I think it looks
I'm very happy with
very
it.
cool.
If anything, it gives me the vibes of like the first Jedi Survivor trailer.
Totally.
When it
Totally.
shows the old man Sith and they're just randomly fighting him, but
something dark.
So I don't think they're Sith. Shin and Balon, I don't think they're Sith.
I sense it.
All the glyphs on the wall, this is definitely some world between worlds nonsense. Some shenanigans. Little cat.
that looks amazing.
I know, actually, let's look at that again.
Like it definitely looked a little digital versus a puppet.
Really? I think it looks
Well,
like
that could be a puppet.
that looks like real fur. It reminds me of Galaxy's Edge, honestly, is what it reminds me
That's
of.
true.
When we got to see the little cats chilling in the marketplace.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so good. What do you think of Sabine?
I think her hair is too long.
Well, time has
I
passed.
think
I
she
think that's
looks
what they're trying to
great.
tell
I
us.
think- yeah, because it's supposed to be an older Sabine, so it makes sense that like the character would look not tired necessarily, but like, well, tired of the shit, tired of the Empire's bullshit.
Her hair changes a lot, and in the epilogue, her hair is really short, and I don't think we're there yet.
For some, war.
The Phantom, yes. That's their way of telling us we're gonna get the ghost. It's such a good tease. She has very long hair. Is it too long? Like, can you still stuff it all in the helmet, though? That's my question.
No, it looks longer than that. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Maybe she hasn't suited up in a while or something, and that's kind of what they're telling us. Hair looks great. I'm just gonna let the
This
trailer
is-
play through, and then we can break it down.
This is a good point. Very good point.
For others,
I dig those orange sabers. They're so Swator. And this is the shot from Rebels.
It's been a while.
God, the music is so good too already.
I started hearing whispers.
I can't stop myself. To the right of Mon Mothma is Senator Ziono. That's Kaz's dad from Star Wars Resistance. Fucking Star Wars Resistance getting acknowledged in live action. I
Hearing
love it.
whispers.
And there he is,
Thrawn's return
the blue boy.
as heir to the Empire.
As the heir to the Empire, bro. Fucking name drop.
We have to prepare for the worst.
Scuba's on sabers, man. Scuba's on sabers. Now canon. God, look at him!
There aren't
What a
any left.
juggernaut!
And there's our one shot of Ezra in a hologram.
perhaps it is time to begin again.
So ninja. So ninja.
I'm down. It's gonna be great. The fact that Kevin Kiner's doing the music as well, just to give it that extra little Rebels cherry on top. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, it looks so good. It looks so fucking good. Like
Thrawn just dropped him in the trailer. Just boom. They're not even hiding him. They're like, yeah, Thrawn's coming. The
well, I
Thrawn's
mean,
gonna
like
be
that
in
scene.
the
That
first
scene
episode,
could
maybe
be a
even.
flashback. That scene could be a hallucination. Like this shot could be anything. This shot could be fucking nothing.
It's the same location that we see Morgan and Elsbeth standing in. So we know that they're in cahoots, or at least they have a meeting. But Hera looks fantastic. I think, honestly, I think it's a different team of people doing the makeup here than on Book of Boba Fett, because their Twi'leks had a little bit more. Like, I don't know. The green looks a little flat, but maybe it's also just the lighting in this particular shot. I reserve
you
my
mean-
judgment until I actually see her in action, you know?
You mean in Book of Boba Fett, there is a little bit more alien detail?
Well, yeah, because they had Twi'leks that were all kinds of colors, and they all, I don't know, the skin looked a little better It didn't look as much like it was just been painted a color. You know,
That's fair.
it's hard to articulate because I'm not a makeup person. You know, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it just looks a little flat, I guess. Green is also just a hard color to put on skin and have it look good, you know, without looking like
That's
the
true.
Wicked Witch of the West. Chopper is
He
perfect.
looks so good. He looks so fucking good.
The way he wiggles when he talks, just like in the animation, you know, like
And they built the robot to be able to do that. It's like that's not at all a typical astromech movement function. It's like it's just
they had to invent sassy wiggle robot technology for this.
sassy technology.
That's Star Wars pushing the
had the
envelope again.
science.
Okay, so these fucking cool ass people right here.
Yeah, I
Balor
totally thought that was George
and
Clooney.
Shin. Someone in the comments tell me what their last names are. I know that they are two.
How did you find out what their first names were?
They're two wolves from Norse legend, but their names are escaping me right now because I'm full of Dayquil and it's addled my mind. But the fact that he has this orange saber, they both have these orange sabers. It's very deliberate. It's not like unfinished effects, which some people think. Some people are saying. I know their first names are, thank you, Skull and Haiti. Balin Skull and Shin Haiti.
Interesting.
That's just Filoni at it again with his wolves, you know. But the orange sabers to me feels like something out of Legends, combining the
so
crystals,
cool.
the old-fashioned way of it working. How is this possible in new canon? Because we know that red doesn't exist naturally. The crystals are clear, and then they get imbued with the color, yada yada yada. And if you want a red one, you have to do Sith bleeding. You have to corrupt the crystal, right?
Yeah.
So are these only corrupted a little bit of the way? Or is it a whole different process?
Orange,
I'm
sure for orange, you just have to be, maybe it's a violence thing, or maybe it is an orange crystal. Like they
feel super Dark Jedi to me too. I love it.
Like, I don't know. The fact that their sabers also have wrist guards,
right.
like they have Suba samurai guards, like they could be anything. They could be like, because theoretically the purple color was supposed to represent, a light side Jedi that's treaded the way of the dark Jedi. So orange, I don't know. Orange could be just warfare,
Also, it's worth noting that the core is orange. And in most sabers, including red sabers, the core is white and then the glow has a color.
That's true.
And this time it's a solid orange saber. So that's also new, that finally we've got a core color. We never get core colors. And yeah, it totally feels like the cartel market, which was a joke that I made on Twitter, talking about SWTOR, because you can get this exact saber. It's been available for years. You can get crazier color combinations than that even. She has a Padawan braid. Yes. Shin is absolutely apprenticed to Balin. My question is, are they in fact they're not Sith? Dark Jedi? Probably, which is so fucking cool because it makes me think of like Dark Forces immediately.
Yes.
And all the different Dark Jedi that Kyle Katarn has to fight on his way to tracking down Jarek. But like this
look how clean he is.
This fucking evil Santa looking bastard right here.
Evil Santa, dude. Yes.
No, he looks amazing.
But yeah, that is totally an orange core. Like that's definitely it's more than just an orange lightsaber. Like look at
colon crystal.
That's such a solid screenshot. Also, like
yeah, no, that's a good screen cap.
So good. That's so good.
I think because that was one of the coolest things in Legends is that everyone had all kinds of different colors of sabers, and it wasn't just red and green, like red and blue and green for Jedi, and then red for Sith. Like there were so many colors for Jedi. I liked it better. But I think that they are other people that know about the existence of the world between worlds, and they're trying to use that power. I think they're Dark Jedi who want to take the place of Palpatine and Vader. Because in this time in the timeline, Palpatine's gone, Vader's gone. And I think that these Dark Jedi respect the rule of two, and they see this as like an opening. It's like a vacancy, Because there's a shot in here where they're just for
the Inquisitor though.
Just to drive the point home, here's the 8th brother from Rebels, right? Or at least it looks like him. And he does not have the same colored core. He's got a white core with a red glow. So just showing that that's not just what sabers look like in this show. There's
That's
a traditional
true.
saber too. So
That's
they're a
true.
new kind of saber.
That's true.
There's a I have to scroll through until I find it now, but she's fighting Balin in what looks like the world between worlds. It looks like they're right up in there together. There you go. Look at this.
Oh God, look at it.
Like the saber is sick, but also the location that they're standing in. It absolutely feels like the world
All of it.
between worlds.
All of
to me.
it looks so fucking cool.
And there's equipment there too. So like they've been here for a while and they're studying it. Like there's like lights set up and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what's going on here, but I think that he has tapped into the same kind of power that Ahsoka is the guardian of, in a way. You know? Maybe after Ezra pulled her out and then she went back in.
Oh,
she
to try to
decided
find him. That's true.
She decided to protect the like the only entrance that she found to the world between worlds, you know? Absolutely world between worlds. That's what it looks like to me. I can't imagine what else it would be. And it's something that's so central to her own story.
Maybe the two Dark Jedi are hired to like find Thrawn.
I think there is a Jorah Caboth coming, but I don't think it's Balin. I think the Jorah Caboth is going to be a clone of Luke that will be the very first Snoke. I think that's how it's all getting tied together. Because the broad strokes of Heir to the Empire are going to happen, kind of merged with the broad strokes of Dark Empire, and then flavored to blend into the sequel trilogy. So we're going to change our clone to be like Snoke, because we know in canon that Luke's hand is one of the specimens that they have on Exegol that they're using in the cloning. So they're trying to make a new Luke, and it fucks up, and they make a Snoke instead. That's what I think is going to happen. That's my prediction if I had to make one. But yeah, Ahsoka looks fantastic. I really can't wait for that. They could also be protectors of the world between worlds. They
No,
could
I
be
think they're
doing
trying
the
to
same thing
soil
that
it. I think they're trying to either soil it or like corrupt it for themselves, or they're trying to like get to where Thrawn was. Yeah, I think they're.
I
I
mean,
don't know.
everyone thinks that Ahsoka is defending it, but what if they're both defending it, but they don't realize that they're all on the same team here? Because I think there could be something deceptive about the color of their lightsabers. It could be something to throw them off, you know?
I don't think she's protecting anything. I think she's trying to study it so she can find Ezra.
I don't know. I feel like Sabine would urge her to use it, and Ahsoka would be like, no, it's too dangerous. We should leave it alone.
I mean,
I
if
feel
it's
like
star map, it's like they don't even know what the fuck it is.
Yeah, but if anyone has the wisdom to know that it's not to be messed with, I feel like Ahsoka would know that. It's possible. You never know. They might try to use it to find Ezra. That's actually it's a really good theory. I just feel like Ahsoka would have to have a really good reason to mess with something this powerful in the Force after the experiences she's had, you know? It almost never works out well. Like she went to Mortis and fucking died.
God, look at that armor. It's so cool. It's almost like she has a white silver armor in comparison to her master, who's like just all the black.
She does have kind of a lighter color scheme. They're like yin and yang.
But they both have like armor though. Like they're like neither of them are wearing like traditional robes.
They're warriors. They're warriors for sure. They're not just dark Jedi. They're dark knights, you know?
Yes.
Like you've never heard of a Sith knight before, but that's totally what they are. Look at this dude. Getting his own hallway scene just like Vader. Not
Dude,
even
and
phased.
there's fucking
Sparks like this close. Like anyone with a beard will tell you that having Sparks that close, you don't just stand there like that. Like that'd be terrifying. His face would be on fire from those. This man doesn't even care. He's on a mission. And there it is. There's our one little shot at Ezra. That's all we get.
And that's like season 1 Ezra too. That's like short hair, or no, I guess not season 1 Ezra, because
no, he wore that in season 4. He wore that in season 4 with the short hair.
Super short.
I'm pretty sure that's his last little broadcast that he did. She's like replaying it to herself.
That's true. That's true.
So that's all the stuff that we got from Ahsoka. There was an Andor panel that showed a special little trailer for season 2, which was not shown to the rest of the world, so we don't get that. It did leak. I have seen it. I saw the leaked stuff. Someone posted it on Discord, but We're not going to show it here because we're on all kinds of lists at this point. Like how many times we've been taken down. Watching Willow, watching too many trailers. Like even the D&D TV spot got us taken down.
Yeah, that was
ridiculous. So we're not even going to mess with that stuff. But Andor season 2 looks very promising. If you haven't seen it and you know where to find it, check it out. There was a
I have
one-way
not
out
seen it,
Narkina
but
prisoner
I'm
run
open
as
and
well.
fine and excited for it either way.
Yeah, I'm sure that when the time is right, they will drop some stuff on us and we'll be able to see it publicly. Skeleton Crew got a little bit of an update. They got some news about that too. Jude Law came out. It was revealed that he's force sensitive. Using the words force sensitive, I think, is kind of interesting instead of just saying that he's a Jedi. Like, what does this mean? Is he not a Jedi, but force sensitive anyhow, like in some other way? I feel like those words were chosen carefully. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Bad Batch. Let's talk about the Bad Batch.
So it's been confirmed that what season just finished? The second season?
Season 2.
Season 3 will be the final season. And we kind of knew that. We kind of had that feeling because the season finale definitely had a mid-season finale feel to it. Like it definitely didn't feel like any sort of story conclusion.
Oh, for sure. It could not have been a bigger cliffhanger, man.
Yeah.
Omega's captured. The batch is fractured. One of our members is dead in mysterious circumstances without finding a body. Like these are such open doors. They can't.
Yeah.
Like
and
we knew there was going to be at least one more season. I'm just sad that there's only one more season, you know?
Historically, it makes sense, though. Historically, it makes sense. And considering how many episodes they gave us in season 2, like there's a lot of story and a lot of potential badassery that could really be shown and really done.
Yeah, and then you can edit each season into a long movie and you have a movie trilogy of the Bad Batch.
Exactly. Or at least of the more in between the Rise of the Empire era, yeah.
Exactly. OG trilogy style. I think we're all on the same train of hurt right now about the Bad Batch. Yeah, I'm not ready for it to be over either, honestly. A lot of people are saying this. A lot of people are saying that Tech is still alive. He could be. I don't know. I wouldn't put it past them to kill him off, but I agree that they really killed him in a convenient way to where if they wanted to, they could bring him back kind of thing. He is dead, asterisk. That's what I will say.
Yes.
But I don't even know if a plan is in place yet. They may have just like tabled it for now and they'll come up with it later. But if there's only one season left, I'm sure it's going to be dealt with next season.
Exactly. I made this joke.
Yeah. They're going to break into Tantus to rescue Omega and Crosshair, but they're going to have to deal with Tech first, who's going to be like guarding them.
No, I think Crosshair, I think Frank and Crosshair should be the one protecting them, but like Tech can still very much just waddle his way in. Self-built.
They're just going to say that someone caught him on his way down, you know, and only his goggles hit the ground, and that's why they have the goggles.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, more so, I'm not ready for Mando to finish because we have 2 episodes left.
Only 2 left. One of which tonight's episode they played it at Celebration. They screened it.
Did they really?
Yeah, so we've had to so I don't know about you, but I've been dodging spoilers left and right.
I don't listen.
The episode is already up posted somewhere.
I don't listen to things. So it's like I don't listen to things, therefore I don't know what to believe, therefore I don't listen or believe anything. So I don't give a shit. So I'm always surprised no matter what.
That's fair. That's a fair way to do it. And that way you will never be spoiled. You know, not truly. I have not been spoiled by anything. I know that there's spoiler talk out there. I'm super excited for it. Like you said, I'm sad to see it go too, though, honestly. I think it's going to be really, really, I don't know. The season's been interesting, you know?
The season's been great. It's been such a...
It has been great. It has been great, but it hasn't been the way that I
sort of like Mythic Knights sort of a story. And something I was thinking about before that we were kind of making fun of last episode or last reaction of how, you know, the middle school playground rules of like, oh, well, she beat the person that beat me, therefore she should own the sword. Like, Mandalorians are pretty much middle schoolers, so it would make sense for them to follow middle school rules.
Yeah, I've sat with it, and the more I think about it, I do accept the logic.
Like,
It's like, you know what, your
Mandalorians
whole
are
culture is
straight
kind of
up-
silly, so why not use these silly rules if it makes you feel better about following the person who has the sword now? Like, fine.
It's very middle school. Yeah.
It makes sense though, because like that's so Mandalorian, honestly.
Exactly, right? So it's like, yeah. And nobody has to die this way. So it's worth it.
So, Jedi Survivor. We also got some new Jedi Survivor news. Did you watch the gameplay trailer?
The one where
The one that came out during Celebration.
I don't know. The last Jedi Survivor footage I saw was a B1 talking about how he loves the view and he's standing on a waterfall, and then Cal pulls him off, and then like.
Oh, I remember that. That was the one before this. Yeah. So this just dropped. Man, this has got some sweet action in it. Check this out. This comes out very soon, actually.
You were only a child when they sent you off to war. Now look at you. The weight of a galaxy.
God, the environments look so good.
So Western. That thing's huge.
Didn't I tell you to be more careful about who you scan? Come on.
I cannot tell you who you must become, or where the line is drawn.
Nice.
I love that.
Fucking nice. Oh, so we're going back to Coruscant, huh?
Mm-hmm.
We have few allies.
Good to see you, Cal.
The odds are against us.
Whoa.
And they will always be against us.
Yeah, man.
Now or never.
Seems
Ooh, I wonder what they were building. Ha! Mech suit.
They were fighting,
that's the same- that's
a
the
Trident
same-
class attack ship. That's the Gendai.
Yeah, that's the same bounty
But I
hunter
can tell you
species
this.
third. That's
If
right.
there
Yep,
is
that's
any
right.
hope of survival,
Droidicus!
we must stand against the darkness.
Oh, so they're really building into the Final Fantasy like
The companion combat and stuff.
companion combos. Yeah,
Really looks like it.
April 28th, huh? Damn. All
Yeah,
right.
very
we'll
soon.
see. We'll see.
Very soon. But Jedi Fallen Order looks, Jedi Survivor, excuse me, looks very, very cool. I'm really excited for this too. Yes, that is a misquote. It's not going to be open world, but it is going to be a location that you can explore. It's going to be a largish map, but it's not
Yeah.
exactly
Just like
exactly
Terrace.
open world.
Yeah, it'll just be like Terrace. It'll just be a large cityscape, but it's not like you can go to fucking one.
It's going to be so good.
You can't go from like North Pole to the South Pole of the planet, sort of deal. It's not like the entire thing is there.
Fast travel's going to change the game, honestly. Yeah, the cool thing about when Star Wars games drop now is that they're so story driven that it's basically like getting a new movie or a new season of TV, you know? It's just a
Great.
really interactive story that you play through. It's going to be dope. I will live stream the playthrough. I'm going to be playing it live on Twitch, and then I'll be posting the playthroughs to YouTube pretty much as highlights, maybe not long plays. We'll see. But regardless, like reactions to all the big moments are going to be coming.
Exactly. Dude, could you imagine how cool that's going to be?
Would be so sick.
That's essentially what Vision Season 2 is going to be. Like, oh, when we get into that little
Right?
teaser trailer, like,
Yeah, that's
I
coming. That's
swear,
coming.
I feel like one of the episodes looks like it was made by the animation studios that did Wallace and Gromit.
It was Aardman Studios.
is?
That is.
Okay.
It is. It
That's hilarious.
absolutely is. That's the one that I'm the most excited for, honestly.
Oh my god!
And then also Indiana Jones dropped another trailer. And that's the last thing that we're going to talk about. But first, yeah, let's talk about that fucking Visions teaser, man. That's coming out next month. Really
Next
freaking
month,
soon.
May 4th.
Yeah. We're
Yeah.
going to have
And I'm curious, so they'll probably do it like season 1, where they'll drop all the episodes at once.
no joke. Yes, they're totally going to drop all the episodes at once, just like last time. So we'll be able to just like binge through them. It's going to be great. But yeah, I may have to upgrade my PC, to be perfectly honest, to be able to play this, because I tried to stream Jedi Fallen Order the other day and it was pretty choppy. So yikes. I don't know. I've got a lot of tech things I need to sort through. My hard drives are almost full. But here is the Visions trailer.
This old Republic looking Sith, man.
I love the sparks around the blade. Let's go. And she's got a curve like a yellow katana.
A curved yellow samurai blade too. Like that's
It's so good.
fascinating.
Inner light.
Follow the light.
Always
9
need room for
episodes,
bigger
okay.
things.
What if you just keep going?
No need to fear. There are others like you here.
I saw it myself. She has special powers.
Can you get your porta potty off the starting line?
She's a total.
Yeah, that one has Dennis
Yeah,
Lawson and
totally.
Brent Antilles
Don't be
in a
afraid.
race.
Walls and drawings.
May the
He's
Force
gonna have
be
more
with
lines
you.
in this than he had in the original trilogy.
It's showtime.
Whoa.
The storm is approaching.
I can fight them. I'm strong enough now.
No one is stronger than them.
We can beat them.
Dude, one of those looks like the Animatrix studio also.
You there! Hold it!
May 4th. It's gonna be so fucking sick, dude. I can't wait for this.
Ooh, double colored, double blade lightsaber confirmed.
She had like the curved blade and then the straight blade coming out too. Yes. Can't get here soon enough.
Oh,
So we're pretty much only gonna have like a week off
beautiful.
after Mando, and then boom, we'll have Visions to
Beautiful.
inhale. So like, even though Mando's about to be wrapping up, the Star Wars experience strides on. I really can't wait. Yeah, it looks so good. Yeah, the titles of the episodes are out and everything. I don't really know a whole lot of information about them because I haven't watched the Star Wars Visions panel yet. But the whole thing was posted on the Star Wars Celebration live stream, so I really recommend everybody checking that out.
Yeah, between the music for this and the music for Ahsoka, like I'm just absolutely blown away.
And yes, season 1 was absolutely excellent. I can't recommend Visions enough. It's got a little bit of every different kind of flavor too. So if you're not into one of them, chances are you're going to really like another one.
That's
Personally,
true.
I found something to like about every single one though. And the artwork was absolutely phenomenal, like across the board.
Yes.
Hello there. Ninth Jedi is absolutely one of the best ones. I really like the duel as well. And Lop and Ocho. I really like Lop and Ocho. Okay, so the final thing that we got really was that new Indiana Jones trailer. Have you watched this yet?
No, I have not seen the Indiana.
Oh shit. Live Bendu reaction for Indiana Jones 5. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. I'm sorry, it's a goofy name.
It is.
It's a goofy ass name, but you know what? It works because it's Indiana Jones. And it's supposed to be kind of like a pulpy 50s serial. Like flying saucers and crystal skulls and shit is now part of this as well, you know? Like, and that is goofy, but it feels authentic to what Indiana Jones has always been about. The Holy Grail.
I don't know,
Temple
man.
of Doom.
Once they crossed that Ancient Aliens line, I was like, it's not the same. I was fine with like Temple of Doom, Kali Ma magic, and like the Ark of the Covenant and Holy Grail sort of shit. But like, yeah, I don't know.
I think it's supposed to be like just all the paranormal, you know? Any kind of paranormal stuff is real in the Indiana Jones universe. We did not cover Tales of the Jedi Season 2. You're right. That was
is
also
only
announced.
that's only because they mentioned it / confirmed it. They didn't say shit about it. They didn't tell us like what the stories were going to be.
Yeah.
So it's like we'll get it. We'll talk more about Tales of the Jedi when we find out more. But I mean,
But it's
considering
worth noting, hooray, it exists. There will be
Yeah,
a season
exactly.
2. That alone is an announcement, and that was pretty cool. But yeah,
Same
we
with
don't really know
Visions.
anything yet. So
Same with Vision season 2. That's the fact that comes out next month, and we completely forgot about it. And it's a short series, animation series, is kind of like what's more exciting at the moment. Immediately exciting because it's like we get to have that dessert first.
it's all dessert.
Yeah.
It's all dessert. None of it is dinner. I think Andor is the only one that was nourishing so far.
That's true.
But here we go. Indiana
Dude, I
Jones.
don't know. Mando
Big
season
dial.
3. This thing is like, oh god, it's so good.
I'm enjoying it, and I'm getting a lot out of it. I
Between
think
all the monsters, all the creatures, all the Bo-Katan, like she's just shining this season.
it's not beating season 1 for me, but I'm absolutely thrilled that we're getting it in the first place.
Yeah.
I am really enjoying season 3, and I don't know. I think I like it equal to season 2 so far. Let's do this.
I'm retiring.
Well, in that case, what are we drinking?
Same for the goddaughter.
Dad told me you found something on a train during the war.
God, look at him.
A dial that could change the course of history.
Why are you chasing the thing that drove your father crazy? Don't move.
We need to get out of here. Stop! Sorry.
Dr. Jones, get him.
Yeah, this is going to be super fun.
Is this fan made?
Hitler made mistakes, and with this,
Fan made? No. Why?
you stole it. Then you stole it.
And then I stole it. It's called capitalism.
This way.
The fact that Symphony of the Devil keeps playing on top of the other music.
You've taken your
Yeah,
chances.
it's a weird mashup.
Made your
Rolling
mistakes.
Stones with the fucking, I don't know.
But all the
Good choice.
footage, all the rest, like this looks so cool. This looks exactly like a real.
Indiana Jones. A few
Oh,
times in
man.
my life, I've seen things. I've been tortured with voodoo.
Yeah, you have.
Been shot 9 times, including once by your father. Sorry.
Yeah, the boulder.
But I've been looking for this all my life.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that James
Fuck yeah.
Mangold directed. You're right. My bad. I thought he directed the D&D, but this is the movie of his that I was thinking of. Yes. Really can't wait for it. There is definitely more to talk about with Star Wars Celebration. So many different things came out. But we've just about reached an hour of time, and I'm honestly just like too sick to do it right now. You can hear it in my voice. I'm so like congested and just stuffy still. So I'm gonna go and make some tea and try and get myself as healthy as possible to watch The Mandalorian tonight, so we can react to that lickety split, get the reactions out there for everyone. So we're probably going to continue our Star Wars Celebration recap next week, as well as talk about the next episode of Mando and everything, because there's just so much that was announced this weekend. There's so many things to talk about. So
I mean, we hit a lot of it on the head. I think we did a pretty good job of
we
breaking
did.
things down. But next week will be the season finale of The Mandalorian.
Oh man, like how's it all? Oh, it's a whole discussion. There's so many things that could happen, and one thing I know for sure is that it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun time. We're going to get more tie-ins. I think we're going to get some sort of a backdoor pilot for Ahsoka, more so than we've already gotten. You know, like they're sprinkled in Zeb. Like maybe we'll get Chopper rolling through a base, like he goes to the New Republic or
I
something.
was gonna say the episode that's happening tonight has to be like the shit storm kicker upper episode. You know what I mean? because next week has to be the resolution, theoretically.
This is about the time last season that Grogu got kidnapped, you know?
Yeah.
This is when shit has to go absolutely sideways, and then we can all come together for the finale. So, yeah, it's going to be high stakes tonight. I think a lot of plot's going to happen really fast. And, yeah, he has to be, right? Gideon has to be in tonight's episode. They've been talking about him nonstop. We know for sure that the Lambda is derelict and that he's out there somewhere with Mandalorians, ? With someone who's got Beskar. That's another mystery.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to react to it tonight. Full-length reactions will be up on Patreon pretty much immediately. And we'll catch you next week at 7 PST for the Dork Forces podcast. Thanks for watching, everybody. May the Force be with you all.
May the Force be.
Have a good night.
Cut it right at the loudest sound. You're like, your finger. Pow, pow, pow. Boom, 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 boom.
Borrow that microphone.